G'day guys. This is an interesting one. A very major international brand is moving into the luxury dayboat market, but they're giving it their own little twist. And there's some unique features down here which I'm going to show to you today. Dan Jones is my name. Welcome to Dan's Boat Life. And today I'm on the Jeanneau DB43, a dayboat with a twist. So this is what it looks like. I'm not actually going for a drive on this one because we're locked inside in this little area of the boat show. So this is the walkthrough video. Will there be a test drive video? Don't know. So just subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell notification, and I'll let you know if there is. So come on round the back, Drew. Watch your step. Pass me the camera if you need to, or you're going to be okay stepping over there. Should be right. Okay. And then put the whole thing in frame and let's take everyone through this boat. This dayboat scene has been growing for years. It's like popular like you wouldn't believe. But I think what I'm absorbing or learning from this particular boat, Jeanneau is adding their family vibes and putting it into a cool dayboat. So this thing's got 2 toilets, it's got separate showers, it's got 2 comfortable cabins downstairs, and it's got an incredibly usable cockpit. This amount of space is what I would feel or enjoy on something like a 50 to 55 foot sailing yacht, for example. And I think some of those people might be getting to that stage in their lives where that 55 foot sailing yacht they did have is too hard to manage. They still want to be on the water and they want something that's going to be great to entertain with the whole family and another family. And that's when like a layout like this with bucket loads of sun protection, heaps of beam makes a lot of sense. So let's go through it. Starting at the back of the boat, drop down hydraulic swim platform. So hopefully you can see that. We've got this sun lounge here. Currently it's in the aft facing mode, but this lounge here moves and goes the other way and turns into one ginormous lounge. So you can lie out and face towards the back of the boat. And then with a couple electric worm drives, we can operate a button here and this mini garage will open. So it's not a tender garage, it's more like for your, you know, the rolly foam mat things that everyone sits on. It's that sort of vibe. You know, you might put maybe some of those little electric jet things that pull you through the water, something like that, but it's not going to be for a big tender. I don't think that's the intention. You can't miss it, but on either sides, we have these drop-down wing stations. So this one's already in place. This just increases your usable space like you wouldn't believe. So then it does really feel like a 55-foot Jeanneau, for example. And you know, this is really, really appealing for the usable amount of space for you and a couple of families. So before we go any further, cleat there, couple of handles. These are obviously removable for when it's dropped down. We got drink holders just there, same on the other side. I think, Drew, you come on board, maybe go there and put all this into picture. We've got the electronic shore shade, so that just electrically deploys out the top here. That's a really good option if you've got the choice. I'd probably go for this, but you can actually do a fixed bimini if you choose. And for those of you outside of warm climates or just in general, yes, there is clears options. So we can enclose this area, enclose that, and also cover up the back of the boat. So for packing up purposes or just for operational purposes, and I'm going to give you an example which I recently had in New Zealand. So I was on Lake Wakatipu, pretty sure I'm saying that right, and it was snowing on the mountains. And I was on another branded boat, but a similar style to this. We had a diesel heater and some clears, and I had one of the best days boating I've had on my life. Just enjoying this wonderful view in the comfort of the warm, heated cabin. And you can still enjoy this just like it's summer and just appreciate the view. So it was really cool. So before we go, I'm just going to talk about this area here. The roof structure, the solid structure finishes here. So that's just right there. So anyone, if you don't have the shore shade or the bimini, these people on the back seat are going to be in the sun. It's a sun lounge. That's kind of the idea. Then you can operate that way. I just spoke about how this one comes up to get toys out of, but you also have another way to get into it. So you can actually quite easily hinge that up. We'll just cut to some shots of that and access the storage from the other side. Now, we can't move any further without focusing on this table. It's currently folded up in the leaf section, so half size. 1, 2, 3, 4, drink holders, but you can do this and do full lunch mode. So just picture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people around this table. You do have enough space. Sure, it's set up with 4 drink holders. I believe you could get 8 people in here at a squeeze because you could do a director's chair at either side if you wish, because think about all that extra space you have to pass around with the drop-down wings. So that's super cool. But there's more. So access to the engine bay is down here. We'll do that at the end of the video, so stay tuned if you're interested in that. But this seat here will actually roll forward. It's on tracks, so we're going to cut to some shots of that as well. Roll forward, and then the backrest becomes part of the bed. So this can turn into another ginormous lounge. So these people can be lounging in the shade, great place to read a book. These people can be lounging in the sun, good place to tan. And then when you need to lunch, boop, put it in lunch mode, happy days. So now we'll go forward a little bit. I really am liking the fact that they're focusing on a full beam roof on this boat. So we've just got a couple of sunroofs here. We've got an electric opening to get ventilation through, but the amount of shade available on this is epic. And I think if you're that person maybe transiting out of a yacht, transiting out of like some other style of boat, which is maybe too hard to manage, and you still want those beautiful experiences, if you position yourself where I am right now and imagine the views you're going to have out over the water, but you're protected. I think this is a growing, well, I know it's a growing part of the market, and Jeanneau is capitalising on that. So this is a huge, it's not a mini bar, it's a maxi bar. So look at all this counter space we have here. We've got a sink, prep space, drink holder there, drink holder there. I still like seeing drink holders in areas like this if you get some ferry wash or what have you. A couple little fiddles or handles there to hold on. So you've got all this working space, and then this flips up and boom, burner, Barbie. That's actually great. So many big boats I go on, they cheap out and you just get the Barbie section. So having this option here is quite sensible, because if you've got this many people sitting around the table, you're going to want to feed them. So, doesn't end there. Vera Frigo, fridge, just here. These are all magnetically closing. We've got 3 drawers, 1, 2, 3. Bin with space behind it to put some empty bags, and another Vera Frigo fridge. Now, is that a fridge or a freezer? Let's just have a look. Well, that's a bigger one. That's a big fridge drawer, and let's just check this one. And this is an ice maker. So correction, ice maker and fridge. Now, Drew, why don't you go over there and focus your attention on the Helm? Before we get there, either side, I've got 2 subwoofers and a large speaker, so the sound is going to really boom through this part of the boat. We've got midship cleats, very easy to access. And on the driver's side, we have a Helm door. So that's great because it is quite a high-sided boat. So if you were coming into a dock, short man like me with little legs will appreciate that very much. So just get all this into the picture. It's quite an impressive Helm. Don't know what it's like to drive because I haven't driven it yet, but I can talk to you about the layout and the visibility. So from a standing position, I can see everything. I can see the platform at the back, so I wouldn't have any issues coming into a marina. If I needed to hang my head out, no problems there. It is a high bow, so I don't really see any issues with that though, because I can always hang my head out and see to the side. So I think this is going to be a pretty easy boat to drive and manoeuvre into the marina. And if you were trying to touch up against the port side, it's not that difficult to just move yourself and look over the side. Or if you've got someone you could communicate with, you do need to think in advance with some of these higher sided day boats for things like that, what's going to be out of my line of sight. But I think moving around and the ability to move around forward, side, aft, and hang your head out on this boat means it's not going to be too difficult. So the seats, flip up bolster, driver's seat. Okay, nice big footrest, armrest, comfortable. Probably needs a little bit more lower back support for myself, but everyone's different, so you do you. And everybody, navigator and passenger on the port side has the same seat. It's also adjustable forward and aft, and it's got the short man step, which I always like. So with that deployed, you get like quite a lot. Because look, even a guy at my stature can still put your head out the opening roof, and I can just see out and enjoy that. So, you know, if you needed some extra visibility when you're parking, that could be useful. So we've got an adjustable wheel, we've got our digital throttles just here, we've got the joystick forward of that and the Lenco trim tabs on the same side. Air conditioning on this one, which is on, quite nice. Looks like battery parallels, engine start stop, digital diagnostics for each of the Volvos, got the bow thruster here, single drink holder, quick anchor windlass, so that's for your auto anchor. This is going to be an autopilot. All your switches here, easily marked, not in English, all in different language understandable signs. 2 Raymarine flat screens, spotlight just there. This looks like speakers and another aircon outlet on that side, and even a little glove box with a sticky thing for your phone and some charging. So you could charge 2 phones in there. It's even drained as well. So that's cool. I noticed behind this seat there was a little storage locker, so that's good for a safety grab bag. And I'll just have a quick look underneath this one. Another area for storage. So I would probably keep a bit of safety gear in these 2 areas because it's quite easy and you know, easily accessible to get if you get checked. A couple of downlights here and here, and I didn't point out 3 direct downlights directly over the minibar. So this is really, really good for an evening cook, and then you've got your mood or strip lighting above the entertainment area. So we're going to go forward and look at the bow. Before I get there, conveniently placed grab handle. So if you're at the helm and in the sea, you can boom, do this. So you're never going to be worried about holding on to something if the boat's rocking around. I've got my switches just here to operate the sunroof, so that's convenient. And stepping forward, you go upstairs, 1, 2, 3, and you've got the hold here, and this structure of the windscreen actually also provides for you to hold a place for you to hold on to if you need. Now, we're at a boat show, there's music, people are having end of the day drinks, so please excuse some of the interruptions. But this is the forward sun lounge. Oh, soft foam, quite comfortable, couple of drink holders. Oh yeah, that's good. Now let's see what's under here. Okay, so that's just access to that forward-facing hatch or escape hatch. This looks like something's going on here. Not exactly sure. Not exactly sure. But there's definitely a little lunch table here. Can you see that? Maybe, or you go over there, Drew, and don't fall in the water. We don't want to lose you. This is a nice little picnic table for 4 people. I love doing bow picnics. This is a great spot for this time of the day. You get up here in the fresh air and enjoy yourself. So 1, 2, 3, 4 drink holders and another cushion, clearly removable for when you're underway. But I'll just get underneath there and have a look in the anchor well. Single bow roller, a very huge bow roller, I got to say. Oh my God, look at that's a huge amount of space. Okay, so the anchor well is ginormous. You could smuggle people in this. Obviously, it's for fenders, and there's actually a place to tie the fender rope on because that's a long way down. But that's great. Yeah, it is a decent amount of storage, and another drained storage space here for a rope. I would keep probably just 1 rope handy up there. Navigation lights are forward, and stainless steel anchor, which is nice. 2 windscreen wipers with freshwater washers. This one's got a nice radar mast, couple of domes, that's all pretty cool. And the radar. So, let's go downstairs. Let's go downstairs and have a look. Alrighty. So, coming through the companionway, this is a sliding companionway door. Come on down. And we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4 stairs into the master. So you go straight into the master. I'm actually just going to come sit up over here. And you've got a beautiful double bed. That's probably about a queen size. You could quite easily sit up in bed here. We've got reading lights on either side. We've got this nice design here with of soft furnishings on either side. And then that provides like a well for storage inside and a place to put your phones up on either end with air conditioning. So then come in and just have a look. Actually, give me the camera. I'll just come around and show you. You do actually have this super nice private head and shower just here. So that's for the master cabin, separate shower. And then you've got this TV up on the wall, and on the port side, you've got hanging locker storage, and on the starboard side, you've got actually this little seat here, which I did notice there is a bit of storage underneath, and on both sides, you've got these lockers. So 3 of them, 3 on starboard, 2 on port, because you've got your hanging locker on port. One little blind forward of that, which goes to an opening window. So coming back, the day head is on that side, but we'll come back to that. Let's go straight down to, well, I was calling that the master. Sorry, this is the master. That's the VIP. Sorry, I did know that. It's late in the day. But this is a full B master. We've got a lounge. I'm going to sit on this chair. Is there enough headroom? Yeah, for me, if you're taller, I'm sitting right. You know, if you're a big bloke, you're probably going to, I don't think it's really designed for that. It's designed for doing this sort of thing. So for this purpose, it's super comfortable. You've got your views out on either side. I've got a little locker there. Very nice bed. The person on that side is going to have to slide out if they need to go to the dunny in the middle of the night. They roll over the other person, but that's not really the end of the world. Got a couple of down lights here, reading lights, 1, 2, 3, all the way around, and nice soft furnishings on the roof, down lights, strip lights, and different mixtures of materials, which all look quite nice. Little bedside table drawer just there, and the floor just has 2 steps as we exit. So let's get it back up on deck, and we'll go and have a look in the engine room, and then we might wrap it up. So, no, before we do that, we'll have a look at the day head, which is also the guest head. So that is just here. And look at that. Look at the finishing. It's like a marble type finish. It's very well done. Like, you don't see that on your average Mary Fisher, that's for sure. So come on up. These guys are going to be on YouTube, and we'll have a look at the engine bay. And no, we won't, because this is in the way. So what I will do is slide this back. And, okay, this is live YouTube right here, Action Stations. See, look at this, good stuff, Drew. All right, so that just opens up like so. I'm actually gonna go down the ladder, and you can pass me the camera, Drew, and I'll just show you the equipment space. So, got a couple of Volvo diesel stern drives. So this particular boat has got the D6 380s. And I'll just take you around. You can see various wiring looms, blowers, D6 380s, professionally mounted, crank batteries in the middle, hydraulics, 2 tanks on either side, fire buoy system. And if you were to mount a generator, it's going to be just where I was sitting there, and then you exit the boat via this ladder just here. So pretty easy. So I'll pass this one back to Drew. So that's it, guys. What do I think about? Love it. We should jump on the phone with him. It's his boat, so a huge thank you for allowing us to tour it. But guys, what do I think about the DB43? This is a perfect boat if you're the sort of person who is perhaps transiting out of a larger boat and you're used to huge amounts of entertainment and leisure space, and you still want to appreciate that, but you don't need the massive boat. I think if that's you, you should focus on a boat like this. You're still going to have comfortable overnights, 2 toilets, separate showers, all the luxuries you're probably used to, and you're going to have this epic amount of entertainment space which you've had in the past. Anyway, my name's Dan Jones. This has been Dan's Boat Life. Thank you for putting up with us on that little bit awkward boat show walkthrough. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.